Hi there, vinyl community. Welcome to another update. Surprise, surprise. Uh, Big pile of records. Except for one, I got all of these yesterday. That's on Tuesday. I wasn't able to do a video. Um, it's a mixed bag. It's got jazz, it's got funk, it's got progressive rock, it's got pop music, it's got blues, it's got Mr. Value vinyl records. Not for him, but the stuff he likes. That means cheesy listening. And it's a lot of like, I don't know about this artist kind of records. So let's get started. First up, a 7-inch. This is Yarbrough and Peoples. Don't Stop the Music. This is from an album called The Two of Us, which I don't have, but I have another album by them called, I think, Heartbeat or Heartbeats. That's a great album. So I'm really looking forward to this 7-inch. It's on Mercury and it came out in 1980. It's the only 7-inch. I got one new record, which is not a thrift store find. Wish it was, but it's not. It came out last week, and it's the new Sun Swagga album. Sun Swagga are a Dutch jazz group. Still in the shitting. I kept the shrink on. It's on a label called Supersonic Jazz, and that's what it is. It's jazz, sort of spiritual jazz funk. From Holland. Some of the members are in Jungle by Night, which I've shown, I think, many times, and Gallows Street, which I've also shown previously on this channel. And some of the members are also in a modern psych group called, I think, Altingen or Altungen. I don't know. They're basically a modern psych group that take their influences from Turkish psychedelic music from the from the 60s and 70s. Doesn't sound anything like this. This is really spiritual jazz funk, and it's great. This is the backside. These are the titles. It's only 7 titles, but it's a solid album. Worth checking out if you love spiritual jazz or jazz funk. Paul, ex-Junkie NL, you'll love this, I'm sure. Now, the thrift finds. Let's get started. It's sort of mixed together. It's got records from... No, actually, it's not really mixed together. The first batch are records from the local thrift store that's in the village where I live. And then the last batch is from a thrift store near my work. Found these all on one day. First up, this is Todd Rundgren with The Hermit of Mink Hollow. It's very beat up. Can't even glue this. But it does have the original inner sleeve. It's from Bearsville. I need to clean this. I sort of don't know what to do with Todd Rundgren. I'm really curious on what he did in the start of his career. So I don't know if this is any good. This came out in 1978. Could be cool. I see this a lot in the VC. A lot of people show this, so must be something that is interesting. I also picked up this one. This is Misty Blue by Dorothy Moore. This is the German pressing on RCA. It, I think, originally came out on Malaco. And this is soul, if I'm not mistaken. Don't know anything about this. It's got the Muscle Shoals horns on here, so should be interesting. Some funky disco boogie stuff. This is the Whispers. Love for Sale. Sorry, Love for Love. Another German pressing. It's got the original inner, and there's the beautiful Solar label. Came out in 1983. So this is real cool find. I love Solar. I love the Whispers. So finding that is pretty cool. Todd was kind of Prog, wasn't it? I guess. I haven't heard the record yet. But there's more Prog. Here is Alcuin with Alcuin on tour. Just look at that plane. That's an awesome plane. Alcuin are a Dutch progressive group. Another record that's torn or destroyed, kind of, but this one I can fix, I can glue. It's on Polydor. They're a Dutch progressive group that, well, can be considered one of the best in Holland. Their first two albums are killer. The rest is kind of like eh. So I don't know what this is. This is from 1970 something, 1976. I don't know. It's got Wheelchair Groupie. That was a small hit by them here in Holland, at least. But yeah, progressive music and more progressive music here, and more Todd Rundgren. This is Utopia. Oops, wrong planet. There they are. Moody bunch of musicians. Again, original inner, and it's again on Bearsville. This one came out in 1977. So far, every record I picked up by Utopia is not really that good. At least I don't think it's that good. But I keep trying. Other people regard them as, really good band. That was the first batch, the local thrift store batch. Now on to the thrift store batch that near my work. They were dropping bins in. While I was there, crates were being pushed in. Not a lot in there. If you love Hawaiian music, you had a blast, but not a big fan of Hawaiian music. This was among them as well. This is the best of Little Walter on chess. We're talking the Dutch edition on, I hope you can see it. I don't think you can. It's on manufactured by Art Tone. This is the original Dutch pressing. There's the chess label. If you look on Discogs, this goes for a pretty decent amount of money. It starts off with, I think, 25 euros, and then it ends up with 133. Yeah, in the shape this is in, 60, 70 euros on Discogs, no problem. But I'm keeping this. This is a really cool, interesting find. Little Walter, blues artist. And it's in really, really good shape. So, except for that little tag up there, which I can take off, obviously. This is a soul comp called Soul Hit Explosion. It's on EMI. That's good. There we are. EMI. This came out in 1974, if I'm not mistaken. It's got a lot of really cool artists on here. Ike and Tina Turner, the Blackbirds, the Miracle Workers, Natalie Cole, the Reflections, Rufus featuring Shaka Khan, Tavares, Candy Staten, Linda Lewis, Tony Sherman, and another track by the Blackbirds. So it's got some funky stuff on there. It's got some soul stuff on there. So that's good. Some 80s pop. This is Clang with Pop Theory. I believe they're Belgian. That's the guys. And I don't know what they actually sound like. They're on a Dutch label, which I need to show. It's not a really common label. It's Backdoor Records. And from reading Discogs, this is sort of a ska pop thing. So we'll see if that's any good. This I picked up because it looked interesting. This is the Ray Charles Singers, Young Lovers in Faraway Places. It's on Somerset. I think this is one of those cheapo record labels, but it's the Ray Charles Singers. It's not Ray Charles, but it's his singers. So it might be easy listening. It might be interesting. Now, shout out to Steven, Value Vinyl. This is a record that, if I see records like this, I automatically think about him. This might be a keeper for me. Sorry. Description says sort of space-age bachelor pad jazz, and I love that. But here we have South Sea Island Magic by Frank Checksfield and his orchestra. There we are. This is a British pressing on Decca. It's got the red Decca label. It's got a horrendous inner sleeve, which is basically a trash bag. I hate those. You never get your record in correctly. And it's on, I think, Multifox. I don't know. It's a Hawaiian record, that's for sure. But it's sort of that space ace bachelor pad easy listening stuff that might be good. We'll see. It looks interesting. Another 80s pop album, Matt Bianco. I've seen this a million times and never ever picked it up, but now I was like, okay, whose side are you on? I think everybody knows this, and if not, then you weren't born in the 80s. 1984, this came out. It's on WEA, which I think is Warner, or affiliation of Warner. This is good, jazzy pop. I love this find. This is probably, together with the last one and the Little Walter record, the find of that day. Millie Jackson. I love Millie Jackson. I found this for $1. Just a little bit country. Apparently this is her soul album with a country twist. Oh, I need to put that in correctly. I put it in wrong. But it's Millie. This is an interesting video. See, I'm trying to get a record in the sleeve. It's on Spring Records, or actually Polydor with Spring. Yeah, it's Millie. You gotta love Millie. If you don't know Millie, check her out. She's kind of a naughty singer, but interesting. 1981. And the last record I got, this was the most expensive one. I think that's €2.50. Ooh. This is Freddie Grace and Rhinestone. Get on Your Mark. It didn't ring a bell. It comes in original inner. And it's on this black RCA label, 1980. 82. electro, funk, disco, boogie. No clue. It's got Peebo Bryson on here. Who else? No idea. No idea. Haven't listened to this one yet, but this is a type of record that makes me interesting. Makes me interested in what it sounds like. So I picked it up. That's my update. Thank you for watching. And maybe next week I'll have another batch that size because I keep finding good records. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.